Our family, 9 of us, just purchased our first home. It's an off-grid cabin in Alaska, and we live on a farm in Pennsylvania. So now we have to pack up our most important belongings, gather our pets together, load everything we can into our family vehicle, and drive it across 2 countries out to the wilds of Alaska. This is going to be one of the most challenging things we've ever done. And it all started on our living room floor with all our stuff piled around. Packing up and moving, if you've ever done it, you know it is just a ton of work. And when you're at the beginning of this process, it can feel almost impossible. If you've never experienced this, then the best way I can describe it is like, I feel like someone's sitting on me right now.
Yeah.
And he's huge.
Yeah.
There's like a giant wrestler like
John Cena.
John Cena, the greatest wrestler of our time.
His name is John Cena.
We are down to the wire here. We're not weeks.
No.
We're days. And I feel like I can't.
Cannot stand still and talk. I want to.
We have to move. But I can't because John Cena's on me. How do you get John Cena off your chest? It wasn't easy, but we did it. And now the day had come. It was time to get in the car, drive across the United States, through Canada, and into the wilds of Alaska.
Get out.
I love you all.
Hi.
I'm gonna miss. I was gonna make this drive with my oldest son. My mom and dad were following in another vehicle. Off to Alaska we go. Kay and the kids were flying out exactly 2 weeks later. That means I had 2 weeks to get to the cabin and get it ready for their arrival. And there is a lot I need to do to have it ready. We needed to make good time.
Do you say like
There
ow
they
before
go.
you hurt yourself sometimes? Like you say ow and you haven't even hurt
This is a
yourself
pretty
yet?
huge journey. Fortunately, we had done this drive before. Back in the summer of 2023, we drove out to Alaska to see what we thought of it. And on that trip, we had 2 really bad things happen. One of our cats, Latte, escaped from the van in a very remote area. Fortunately, we were able to grab her, but we didn't want that happening again. Another thing that happened, our farm pup who was driving in the car with us upset his tummy, and he wound up having an accident all over the back seat of our family van. It was horrible. So yeah, no more animal escapes, no more animal accidents. And to ensure that that would be the case, we bought this mobile dog grooming facility, which was climate controlled and had a video monitoring system. So our animals could travel healthy, happy, safely, and we wouldn't have to deal with any escape animals or accidents. Everything ready, everything packed, the journey began. We've just got on the highway for what's going to be a 4,500 mile trip from Pennsylvania to Alaska. We have a huge journey ahead of us. Today's goal is to make it to Chicago. First of many. All right, so the most important thing we had to do, we got coffee at Sheetz. Step 1 check. 4,499 miles to go. It had been raining pretty hard when we first left the house, but as we continued down the road, the sun started to shine. I commented to my son how it felt like the book was writing itself. After an hour or so of driving, the clouds cleared, the sun came out, and it was smooth sailing. Till the next hook in the story happens. We don't know what it is yet, but it will happen. Something 40 years on this planet has taught me. When it's smooth sailing, it's only because the next squall is on the way. And of course, just about an hour later, it arrived.
Okay, hold on.
How am I going to get in here? All right, here, you. Our cat living quarters was under video surveillance, and so about an hour and change into the trip, we noticed somebody missing. I'll give you one guess who it was. How did Latte? Of course it's Latte.
It always is.
I'm gonna, Latte. Okay, where are those gloves? Latte had escaped from our catrium, our enclosed cat living quarters. And that meant she was loose in the trailer. And this wasn't good because it meant the next time we opened the door to the trailer, like when we get to the campsite or stop at a gas station to make some food, she could slip out the door and be gone for good. We needed to catch her and get her back in the catrium, and we had to do it alongside the highway where we had pulled over to check on the cats.
Can you see
How
good?
are you? Okay, I got all right, let's get you back in. Latte, fortunately, is one of our more mellow, nice kitties. She's nice, but she's also hard to keep contained. All right, come on, kitty. Okay, so the two things we wanted to avoid, escape animals and animal accidents. Just an hour into this trip, and we already had our first escaped animal. Fortunately, she was easy to catch. We had her back in the catrium in no time, and we didn't have any animal accidents. Right?
Oh, it smells bad.
Here. What smells bad?
It just smells bad in here.
Tell me it's not like Latte pooped in our bed, right?
No.
Okay. All right, that was ridiculous.
Made it to Ohio.
First state down. It was a slow start and there was already some problems, but now we were clicking off states and it felt like we were going to have some good progress. Day one on the road trip, and here's how day one goes. It's like your shakedown day. You get on the road and first thing you have something go wrong. So we have definitely not made the mileage I was hoping today. My goal was to make it to Chicago. Okay, do you want to know why my goal was to make it to Chicago? Honestly, it really didn't have anything to do with the progress, the miles. It had to do with the fact that years ago, before I was married, before I had kids, I fell in love in Chicago. And I just thought maybe passing through, I could see her one more time. Years ago, I went to Chicago and I had deep dish pizza, and it ruined every other kind of pizza for me. I can only love deep dish. And now I was going to be driving right through Chicago. I was hoping, I was dreaming that maybe, just maybe, we'd be driving through Chicago around dinner time, and I could stop and see her just one more time. We're going to be just a little bit short of Chicago, so not bad. I'm putting on my big boy positive face here, but really my heart is breaking because I know this means we're going to be traveling through Chicago at breakfast time. And nobody serves deep dish pizza for breakfast, even though they should, because we all know pizza is a great breakfast food. And my dream of getting another slice of deep dish pizza before I move off grid to remote Alaska, yeah, that dream, it will not come true. I will not get deep dish pizza. Compared to Pennsylvania, Ohio is kind of boring. What do you think?
Don't say that. You have Ohio fans. Flat. Just flat. Yeah.
We do have some pretty blue skies though, and that's been a nice change. Pennsylvania was really rainy today, and we've worked out some kinks, and we're seeing some beautiful country. Making our way to Alaska.
Transition.
More to discover in Indiana. Woo! More to discover in Indiana. That was a short-lived celebration. Welcome to Indiana. Womp womp. Ever so slowly, we crept closer and closer to our goal. Sadly, we would definitely not make Chicago for dinner. Okay, after a long first day, we have reached the RV Hall of Fame. And to save some money on this trip out to Alaska, we all decided that we would camp instead of staying at hotels and motels. So being the first evening of the trip, this was the very first time we stopped and set up our camp. We'd all been cooped up all day in the vehicle, so I think all of us, humans and animals alike, were happy to get out, stretch our legs. While we were stopped, it was time to feed the cats, check their water, clean their litter boxes. So we headed back to the catrium and worked on this together so as to prevent any more escape kitties.
Enjoy. There's your tumbleweed.
The traveling had a different effect on all of our pets. You see, they're kind of like people. Some of our pets, they love traveling. They love the adventure, new places to explore and things to see. Mittens and Latte, they're like that. They can't seem to get enough of life on the road, and they've been to Alaska and back already once. But some of our pets are like some people, more homebodies. They just want to stay in their home where they're comfortable with the things they know, and that's where they're most happy. And that's like Mr. Skinny Legs. Normally he's a very friendly, happy kitty. He likes other cats and he loves other people. But on the road, he was cranky. And I'm afraid he was taking it out on his bunkmate Chili. But just like his name says, Chili is pretty chill, and so he kind of just sat in the corner and avoided his cranky travel partner. What kind of traveler are you? Are you a Mittens, a Latte, or are you a bit more of a Mr. Skinny Legs? Comment below. It had been a long day and a few different things had gone wrong. But overall, it had been a good day of travel, and we were all ready to have a meal, settle down, get to bed a little earlier so we could get a good night of sleep and have an early start the next day and make some miles up that we hadn't made today. Yeah, bedtime. Ooh. All right, I am gonna sleep like an adult. No, I'm gonna sleep like a teenager. That's the perfect sleep. Baby, no. Babies sleep awful. Adults, no better. A nice teenage sleep. That's what I'm gonna sleep like today. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Fresh air coming through. We can crack that open too. A little heat out. Awesome day. Bedtime. Good night. Ooh. Why is our bed wet?
Why is your bed wet?
Do you remember earlier in the day when Latte escaped and was all over our bed?
Cat pee?
Oh, gosh.
So guy slept on the right side.
Oh, man. Gosh, what are we gonna do? Oh, it's all over the bed sheet. The cat peed all over the bed. Oh, man. Cats. You're gonna have to help me here. Now, we're gonna, for today, we're gonna, oy vey. So I pulled up all our bedding. Then I took a sponge bath in the middle of the parking lot at midnight. Got a few strange looks from passing by truckers. And then went to bed a second time. Now this place is just... Go to bed. So we are headed first thing this morning to a truck stop that has laundry and showers and everything. See if we can get this done and then hit the road. It's gonna be another big day today, but we're trying to just shake off that bad start and have a better day today. And it'll start by cleaning all our bedding. Laundromat time. That was nice.
That's good.
It's blankets. Is it blankets? Okay, well, after a very long morning, it is 10 o'clock. It is later than we left yesterday. That was a huge setback. But maybe the rest of the day will go really good and we'll catch back up. Punching in, we're headed for Fargo today. Fargo, North Dakota.
There's nothing called go really good on your calendar.
We got on the road, and pretty soon it was clear we were getting closer to Chicago. Everything started to look like a big, ugly city, and it reminded me why I hate driving through Chicago. The highways are just so crowded, there's so much traffic, and there's so many angry drivers, and wait a second, it's noon and I'm in Chicago. Deep dish pizza!
The close up like they always do.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
get that. Oh, that's great. That's a great shot. Leave what you will.
All right.
Call it what you want. Destiny, serendipity. But if that cat hadn't gotten out and did what it did, we wouldn't have been in Chicago at noon, and I wouldn't have had this slice of deep dish. I guess in the long run, it all worked out pretty perfect.
All right.
All right, what do you think? First deep dish pizza ever. Oh, you went straight for the meat lovers, not the OG. All right, I haven't had deep dish pizza since before I had children, but it's one of my favorites. Oh yeah.
Huh?
When in Chicago. Oh. There's this thing that they do on social media with deep dish pizza. It's called the cheese pull. I might have got a little carried away with our cheese pull footage. Actually, no. It's the exact amount of cheese pull this video needed.
I can't go back to normal pizza
You've
after
been,
this.
you've had the deep dish experience. There's no going back from this.
At the deep dish reunion.
With our bellies full of deep dish pizza, we hit the road feeling good. We had had our problems, our bumps along the way, but that was all behind us. Now we were cruising, we could make up lost miles and get to Alaska long before Kay and the kids arrived.
Told Mom to look up a nap or a U-Haul because it's Saturday afternoon. It's 4 o'clock.
If we don't get one fast.
We gotta probably find this place and find a campsite.
Ay, vey.
Look what's sitting right there.
The cable that powers the trailer is broken. Oh man, this is starting to feel like what else could go wrong every day on this trip. I can't
Turn
even.
left toward Sunset Drive.
All right, so we were dragging this wire down the highway and it destroyed it. It's funny, when this first broke, I was really mad. I was feeling like every couple hours something new was going wrong and we had to fix it. And I was worried that was going to be this whole experience, heading out to Alaska, getting to the off-grid cabin. It's just going to be an endless stream of things going wrong. And somewhere during my time working alongside my dad and my son trying to wire this trailer up, I realized, yeah, that is what we've signed up for. We are headed to Alaska to an off-grid cabin, and things are going to constantly go wrong. They're going to break, they're not going to work right. That's kind of the path I've chosen. Everybody's life is full of problems. Every day things break, things don't work out as planned. We can live our lives in a job we hate, in a place we don't want to be, unhappy, and constantly deal with problems. Or we can get on the road and drive to this beautiful place in Alaska that we're excited to be at, have an adventure, and deal with things constantly going wrong. We could grumble, we could hate it, or we could step back and try to see the positive, and maybe even enjoy it. And when I stepped back, what I saw was my teenage son working alongside my father, learning mechanic work, wiring, skills that he'll use for the rest of his life. This was an awesome experience for him and a memory I'll never forget. Instead of grumbling and being angry about how much was going wrong, I could just enjoy the time I had working alongside my son, my dad, knowing I could be stuck in a cubicle somewhere dealing with just as many problems, but in a place I didn't want to be. Sometimes what we really need to fix is our perspective. And this trailer wire. That's pretty important too.
Then you slide the hood back on. So, okay. Set screw all the way out. Now don't overdo it. All right.
Okay.
Left turn.
Nothing. Left,
Right turn.
right,
Hit the brakes.
and then
Go ahead, leave them on.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, your running lights are good.
Woo! Yes, we did it. That was another part of this adventure.
It is. What night are we on? Number 2? Number 2. Boy, it feels like forever. Today was just ridiculous. Crazy stuff happened this morning.
Was the bed wet?
No. No. But the bed is clean and dry, and we're about ready to hit the sack. And I'm hoping tomorrow is just a nice, normal travel day. So let's see. In the morning, we got a lot to do. Pack up, hit the road. It's gonna take us a while, this whole show on the road again. But for you, it's just gonna be a 10-second montage. So let's do it. Day 1, we had a cat pee all over our bedding. Day 2 started with us at a laundromat. Then,
It's Saturday afternoon.
this is day 3. Please, could we just have like a normal, nice road trip day
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
where maybe we like get some yummy food, see something cool, have a little fun, and maybe drive like 550 miles like we were supposed to drive every day? I was hoping for these problems to stop and things to get better. Not 10 minutes down the road, I saw a sign, a billboard, for Cinnabon. Things were turning around, and so was I, to go get a Cinnabon.
I have gotten the Oreo Cinnabon.
Ooh, you went the path of
I went
shiny
topping and yes.
new. I went with the classic.
You're an OG.
A real Zoomer versus millennial. I chose the good OG Cinnabon. This is lunch, baby. All right. It was not safe to eat a Cinnabon and drive. We pulled over. Let's enjoy a Cinnabon. We just made it to Minnesota, and we actually have had a pretty good start today. We just ate our lunch at 11 o'clock, and we've already traveled over 100 miles, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the way things have been going, 115 miles before 11 is really good. We got ourselves a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. And we got it because we have some really important things to do while we're on this drive all the way to Alaska. We still need the internet so that he can keep up on his Minecraft time. We're going to live off grid, but we don't want to be totally disconnected from our friends and family. So having a good, reliable internet that was high speed, we could FaceTime, play games, talk, is really important. HomeFi reached out to us. They offered to provide us a mobile hotspot to try out on our trip. We could charge it with a USB cable in our car, leave it on our dashboard, and have internet anywhere in the United States. It worked really good. It allowed us to make phone calls when we didn't have signal, use Google Maps, do some research, and of course, beat our friends at Minecraft.
Oh, wait, hello, I'm part of YouTube. Let's go. The sun will rise again.
We kept this little guy on our dashboard the entire drive. It was cool because even in some remote areas of the United States, my son was able to play some games with his friends. When you're moving far away from your home and your friends and family, it's good to be able to stay connected and have some fun. And he was able to do this even from the passenger seat in very remote areas of the United States. HomeFi has a special discount for our audience. We'll have a link in the description below. You can use it for rural internet, internet on the go, internet at home. It's affordable. It doesn't use up a lot of power, which is really good if you're off-grid, something I've learned since we've been off-grid. HomeFi is a multi-carrier service, so it takes advantage of different carriers, so you have strong, reliable coverage across the country. They have 4 different monthly plans with varying amounts of data. You can get anywhere from 200 to 800 gigabytes. 800 gigabytes for $135, by the way. One of the best prices I've seen for data. And it can connect up to 10 different devices. Thanks to HomeFi, we can actually relax and watch a show right now. We got Wi-Fi. We're going to watch something on Netflix and then go to sleep. Most importantly, it is guaranteed to help you beat your friends at Minecraft. Thanks to HomeFi for sponsoring this episode. Check out their mobile hotspot. We are in North Dakota, and it's really cool because North Dakota has native pheasant population. So we're driving down the road, we're seeing all these wild pheasants. It's just something I love to see. And we're gonna be tomorrow doing our border crossing. We're gonna be crossing the border in North Dakota. But tonight we're gonna relax. We're almost to camp. We're gonna have a nice final night in the United States. And then we're gonna be probably almost a week driving across Saskatchewan into Yukon and all the way to Alaska. We finally had a great travel day, and that felt really good because we had absolutely no idea what tomorrow would bring. Crossing the border is a big scary wild card. Could be great, could be awful. So tonight we just decided to enjoy playing with the pups, have a nice meal, and go to bed. We woke up to the most important day yet on this journey, border crossing. Okay, well, this is a big day, biggest day so far. Border crossings are stressful. I have one goal today. It is not to drive 600 miles. It is not to make it anywhere in particular. It is to get across.
Continue on US 2 West for 1 mile.
Siri, trying to make a YouTube video here. Make it across the US-Canada border. This was a really stressful crossing because we had packed a lot of our farm fresh meat to take to Alaska. For the last 15 years we've been homesteading, and for the last 10 we've been raising all our own meat, and we had a freezer full of pork and lamb, beef, chicken, just so much farm fresh, good quality meat that we didn't want to leave behind. We wanted to take it to Alaska. Also, we had our trailer full of all our stuff that we were bringing, including some guns that we were bringing to Alaska. We had our cats in the cat room. We had just all kinds of things. Country border approaching. We're about to cross over into, there's Portal, and we're about to cross over into Canada.
see if they let us stay. We're gonna come up on the border here. I don't want to film at the border. I don't want to tick anybody off. So we're gonna catch you guys
Turn left onto Main Street.
when this
then
is
turn
done.
right onto
Comment
First
below.
Avenue.
Tell me, what do you think? Are we gonna make it through or not? Let's see. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Saskatchewan.
Honestly, the border crossing couldn't have gone better. They let us bring all our meat across the border, our guns, our animals. There was no problems, no issues. And as you've learned by now, being on this road trip with us, I like to celebrate milestones with food. So the first good bakery sign I saw, we pulled over.
All right, we got a good early start this morning, so we decided to go to the Indian Head Bakery and try a very Canadian dessert, something that we did not get to try our last time on this drive because we didn't know about it. Butter tarts. We're gonna shout out Butter Tart Michelle here. Butter Tart Michelle is a Canadian Homesteady fan, and she told us about butter tarts for the first time. And well, I promised her I would have one here in Canada, so let's try one. Ooh. Nice crumbly crust. They have raisins on the inside. Ooh, so good. Great start to the day. Let's hit the road. We've been driving and now we are making our way closer and closer to get to the Alaska Highway. All right, so we have been driving through Saskatchewan all day, and it's beautiful. Saskatchewan is beautiful. I've never seen so much farmland. I've never seen so much farmland at once because, like, there's the other side of Saskatchewan over there. You can see across the whole territory. It's just so flat. So I need to mix it up because I don't want to fall asleep behind the wheel. I bought a giant box of Takis. Got a close up of all that. Get all that spicy powder. Okay. Are we ready for this? Yeah. Ooh.
That's just one.
Oh yeah. Love it. It's nothing to me. It's good.
This is Saskatchewan. I drove through it for 2 days straight, and this is the most iconic Saskatchewan clip. Just miles and miles and miles of flat farmland and open sky. We finished up the day and made it to camp.
Close up the back so we actually retain the cool. How you doing, pup? You doing good on the traveling? You doing good too, Bo? You're a good girl, pup. Good girl. You probably have a friend like this. I know I do. A friend who at home is like great and you love them and you have a great time with them, and then you go on a trip with them and you're like, ooh, who is this person? That's Skinny Legs. Skinny Legs at home is great. Everybody loves him. He's friends with all the other cats. But on this trip, he's like such a grump. I don't know, he's out of his element and he's just cranky. And we built him a little cozy house and we draped a blanket over it. And poor Chili's like, what happened to Skinny Legs? He was cool. Right, Chili? Now, as far as the royalty goes, Lord Mittens and Queen Latte, they're doing great. He's traveled the Alaska Highway before. He's traveled to and back. He knows the deal. Latte day one did that escape stunt and that kept us on our toes. But since then, she's been great, no trouble. And the kitties and the pups are all doing really good. So I can't complain. This is their favorite time of the day when we park. We put everybody, the cats in the catrium. The dogs eventually go into their dog sleeping spots. We open up the doors and they just watch the birds and the bugs. And the cats love this part where we're just sitting here and they watch. Right now, there's a lot of mosquitoes where we are. And we're hating it, but the cats are loving it. They're like, fighting all the mosquitoes. Okay, I got the dogs done. Now we need to do the cats. Get organized, have a little dinner, and get ready for bed. Good morning. We are, well, big day today. We're gonna be on the Alaska Highway today.
Classifier, this is what's gonna shake us down. Find the nuggets in here. All the finer stuff will drop down into the gold pan. Which, let's see.
That's cool.
Little boots.
Yeah. We are in Dawson Creek. Mile 0 of the Alaska Highway. Awesome. Made it! We made it! Made it! You know what this feels like to me?
What?
I was just thinking like we did it.
Huh.
And then
We just made it to Rivendell.
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, we did what we set out to do. Uh-oh, no we didn't. It's just about the hard parts here. So now we actually have to take the ring to Mordor. So now we face the long dark of the Alaska Highway. This part of the journey, I'm getting chills. You know, getting to here is a long journey. There's a lot of, ups and downs and bumps in the road. But the Alaska Highway, it starts to have a lot of desolation, no signal, no campsites, no hotels. We got a big tank full of potable water and power stations and a place to sleep that the grizzlies can't get in. So, well, they could probably get in if they wanted to, but that'll be harder for them to get in, I guess. We got gas full. We're going to keep our tanks above half because they can be pretty far in between gas stations. It does feel like setting off on an adventure when you hit the Alaska Highway. So, good job, Bubby. We made it this far. Let's see how the next half of this journey goes.
And my son and I had a fun idea. We challenged each other to a little game of Alaska Highway Bingo.
Okay, so there is no, on Alaska Highway Bingo, there is no free space. You have to earn it.
Freeloader.
Clean the windshield, son. That's your free.
Make my board a bunch of chores.
Ooh, walk the dogs. That's a good one. Walk dogs. Walk dogs.
Alaska Highway Bingo. It's mostly like regular bingo. A couple differences. First off, we made each other's boards, and we used ideas that a lot of you shared on social media.
Now we got to get some of the ideas that you all sent in. We got a lot of people who follow us on Instagram. If you don't follow us on Instagram, I'll have a link below. Bison. Got to put a moose in there. Oh, whale. Hey, they put it. Whale. Moose poop. Ooh, that's a good one. Like Pennsylvania license plate. Yeah, like bear on there.
There was a lot of strategy in setting up each other's boards, trying to figure out how we could make it the most difficult for the other person to get bingo.
This was good. Aaron, someone in the group, human or animal, getting diarrhea. I'm putting it on there.
There was also some strategy in a few custom rules that we've added to the game. For example,
so yak, elk, caribou, yak. Any of those three, if you see them, that's a wild card. You can put them anywhere.
the other custom rule was the roadkill rule. If you saw a big, majestic creature that had sadly met its end on the side of the road, you would remove a square from your opponent. Both of our boards were made and we were ready to play Alaska Highway Bingo. The stakes? There's a place in Alaska that we've been to before that makes the most amazing Nutella crepes. The loser will buy the winner an amazing, delicious, puffy, stuffed, Nutella-filled crepe. The game was on.
The game has officially begun. So just definitely paying more attention as we're driving now. Not like to the road. No, I'm paying great attention to the road. Your sighting has to be confirmed by the other person.
It doesn't take long on this road to start seeing some pretty cool stuff.
Moose! Yes! Moose! First bingo! First one! First bingo square. And it was a moose. How awesome is that?
Bear. There's two.
There's two bears. Bears. That was bears. Two black bears right there. So I saw the first one, but then he got the second one. So we both got our black bears to cross off. Pretty drive here. Holy cow. Wildfire forest. That's on mine, right?
Yeah.
An old burned wildfire forest?
Yep.
Nice. Another one.
I had an early lead in bingo, and boy, I could taste those Nutella crepes already. But there was a long road ahead of us, and a lot could change.
Sasquatch crossing.
Where? There he is. Got him.
Bigfoot Jim.
I got him.
Oh, he was lifting weights, right? Bigfoot, you're doing good. I'm gonna find a dead moose and take one back. I'm gonna hit a moose if I have to. No way, it's a dead bear. It's a dead bear. Sadly, that was a dead bear on the side of the road. It did not look big enough, but it was a dead bear.
We saw it first.
One here and what's that?
Nothing there. That's it.
Let's go with the closed down gas station because it's the one that connects to.
After my son caught up pretty quickly, the roadkill rule put him back in second place.
Whatever, I see something there.
There's the rain. Good
All
loud.
right, rain's down.
Shortly after, a passing rainstorm tied us up again.
Rain, he got rain. I didn't think we were getting rain today. Check the radar.
It's hard because it's so much not like strategy. It's just like look and see, and then you might win.
It's don't sleep.
And don't watch The Office.
Don't watch The Office episodes you downloaded. Wow. Instead, look at this gorgeous Alaska highway.
And that's kind of just what we did. Things slowed down for bingo, but the scenery really got incredible. As you enter this stretch of the Alaska Highway, you start to see a lot of mountains and glaciers and rivers, and it just becomes so beautiful.
Yep. right, we are at Toad River Lodge. We have made, well, 545 kilometers, 338 miles so far today. We're making good time. We're just hauling, nothing going wrong. We're gotten into some more northern areas, so temperature is good. Everybody's happy. We're just cruising. It's beautiful. When you've been driving through a couple days of flat prairie, it's nice to see mountains and rivers and ponds and lakes. It's really, really pretty. So nice drive today. We are driving by Moonshot Lake right now. Moonshot Lake. It is one of the prettiest sections of this entire drive. It's like some of the most beautiful driving on the planet. These lakes with this turquoise blue glacial water, the mountains at either side, snow-capped mountains all around. It's just gorgeous. And honestly, one of these days I would love to take like a week and just boondock my way through this.
The last few days on this journey, things had really changed. We were not having so many problems, and we were making really good progress each day and getting closer and closer to our destination of Alaska. Things were feeling a lot more fun. Tonight we decided to take a special stop, one of the most amazing, wonderful places you can visit on the Alaska Highway, especially if you have been driving for hours and hours and your bones are sore. The Liard Hot Springs.
Find out about the options. All right.
It's the same as the farm one, except with more boards.
Okay, let's go.
Into the wild.
Just to be clear, we're leaving the electric fencing. That's the campground and it's protected. This is not.
Liard Hot Springs is a must if you're traveling the Alaska Highway. The water temperature is about 108 to 125 degrees, so you can find a perfect spot where you're comfortable to sit and relax your muscles after a long day on the road. But even nicer than this warm water is the setting. I've been to a few different hot springs. This one doesn't feel like you're at some community pool. It's tucked into the mountainside. It's far away from the highway. It's quiet. You can hear the birds. It's peaceful. It's this wonderful mix of like hidden river swimming hole and high-end luxury spa. If you're traveling the Alaska Highway, it is 100% a must. You have to go to Liard. Do not skip it.
This is the hottest part of the hot springs.
It's like a wave and then you get used to it.
Yeah, you have to like.
Then you...
All right, we're trying to go to where it's the hottest. It is. Oh, this is a good spot. I'm just gotta follow you. You dissipate the heat and then.
Sure.
Yeah. Do the front. Oh, it's so hot over here.
I can make it.
Go for it, bud. I believe in you. Don't burn yourself.
Oh, it's too late for that.
cook?
Pretty much.
This was the perfect time to take a nice, relaxing evening, because the next couple days would be the hardest traveling yet. Through some of the most desolate and rugged areas of the Alaska Highway, we would cross the border, we would make it to the cabin, and our real work would begin. So it was a perfect time to stop and enjoy Liard Hot Springs. It got us rested and rejuvenated for the big final push in this journey. Oh yeah, also it got my son another bingo square.
Last night at like 4 a.m. started barking, and we knew there was something outside because he wouldn't stop. He was smelling it. That's what was outside. The tracks go right by here, right by our camper. Big bison was just hanging out in the woods.
Waking up to a bison in our camp was a good reminder that we were entering the really wild and desolate part of this drive. And I thought it'd be a good time to set up my water purification system, seeing as this stretch of road we could find ourselves boondocking, not having a good source of drinking water, and fortunately one of our partners for this video provided us with a fantastic system. Before we hit the road, I had done a lot of research into water filtration because I knew once we got into this part of the journey, I wanted to be sure that we could filter our own water. That way, no matter where we stopped for the night, we could have drinking water, we could cook, we could clean, everything we needed for us and the animals, and it would be safe and nobody would get sick. I wound up getting my water filtration system from Simpure Life. They sell the Membrane Solutions stainless steel gravity water filter. This was very easy to set up. It's made of food-grade stainless steel. It's been tested and certified by SGS. This is a very popular style of water filter. You see them on off-grid cabins a lot on people's countertops. They are a gravity filtration system. They work without power. But one of the things I really loved about this unit is that if you do have a little bit of power, even just USB power, you can plug this in and you get UV light. So not only do you have the charcoal filtration, which is going to take care of harmful pollutants, impurities, and improve the taste, it's also going to filter out invisible threats from your water. With the UV light, you're going to be killing microorganisms. We're talking about chloroforms, salmonella, cholera. It's a system that works with or without power. It collapses back down and fits inside of itself, so it's self-containing. It's just a really good solution for off-grid, for campers, for RVers, and it's a great solution on your kitchen countertop at home. It ensures that your water is always safe for your family and tastes really good. Simpure Life was kind enough to partner with us. They sent us this unit and they are sponsoring this episode. So if you're looking for water filtration solutions, I'll have links in the description below for this particular unit and for Simpure Life. They have all kinds of different solutions. We have been using them on our trip out and at the off-grid cabin. They install easily, they work fantastic. Great solution to keep your water safe and tasting good for your family. From your kitchen counter to the wilds of Alaska. Cheers.
So we are on, I don't even know what day it's been. Where yesterday we finally on this road trip across 2 countries stopped and enjoyed ourselves a little bit. So we had a fun time at the hot springs. They're soothing.
They're awesome.
I feel invigorated for the rest of the drive, which is good because the hardest part of this trip now. We are entering the hardest part of the trip. Our goal today is Destruction Bay. Most importantly, bingo. How's bingo going?
I got your plane crossed off.
4, 5, 6. I have 6 crossed off.
I have 10.
You have 10. My best chance is if I see a cowboy hat. I should have been looking this morning. I'm sure someone had one.
I could win if I see an eagle.
Oh, that's dangerously close. Oh, we're getting into some pretty driving here. I think we filled up here last time and got some coffee.
Yeah, I think you're right. We
you did pull in here last time. You see a diesel pump?
Alright, we got a Canadian specialty. Ketchup chips. They're exactly what they sound like. But they're super good. They're a delicacy in Canada.
I have not had a ketchup chip yet.
You haven't?
No, I gotta try one.
It's a perfect time to join the cult.
Ketchup chip cult. Oh yeah.
Alright, don't eat all my ketchup chips, man.
Oh man, they're good though. They are like, you take one bite and you're like, that's kind of weird, and then you're like, but I'll try another, and before you know it, I want to finish the bag. Ketchup chips.
Well, that's my job.
Boy, let me try another. That was good. Oh.
What?
What?
Was that close to down gas station?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
You slept through one on the drive. We were driving.
I figured I did.
We passed one and I was like, shh. But there's another one. Well, that'll get you far.
Now I just need, oh wow, that's
Oh, that's going to be bad. Oh man, you are cooking your way towards a victory.
That afternoon, we finally made it to the Yukon. Yukon is an especially beautiful part of the drive. It's also a very exciting one because it's full of wildlife. You see all kinds of bears, caribou, and elk. This was actually really special. As we were driving through the Yukon, my son spotted something. He thought it was a moose.
Oh, something I missed. I saw some.
Just a minute later, Dad beeped on the walkie-talkie to ask if we had seen the wolf. It was our very first wolf sighting in the wild, and it was so cool. Eventually, the wilderness brings you back to civilization in the town of Watson Lake. There's two things you have to do when you come to Watson Lake. We were ready to do both. The first, leave a sign at the Signpost Forest. The Signpost Forest is a special place for anyone who's traveling on the Alaska Highway to stop, touch a little piece of history, and become a part of it. Back in 1942, Carl Lindy, a homesick soldier from Illinois, he was working on the construction of the Alaska Highway, and he took his hometown sign and added it to an Army mileage post. This tradition of adding signs slowly gained momentum over the years, and that one sign grew into a forest. Different people from all over the world making their way to and from Alaska have left a little piece of them, their story, in that forest. Every sign, every piece of memorabilia stuck to a stake, it has a story. The people making their way across the world, going to exciting places, going on adventures. You'll see everything from people who had just graduated to people who were newly married, retiring, big moments in their life, changes, and they left a little piece of their life there in that forest to memorialize that part of their life. And we thought we would do the same. This is our original farm sign when we started farming back in Connecticut. And kind of leaving the farm and headed to Alaska seemed like a fitting time to hang up the original farm sign with everybody's messages on the back. Let's go find a spot for it. We all wrote messages on the back of our original farm sign, signed our names. It's there in the Watson Lake Signpost Forest. If you ever go there, see if you can find it. you'll find our messages waiting for you there.
The original Squash Hollow. Alright. There she is.
My parents also made a sign to commemorate our great journey out to Alaska. Having hung our signs at the Signpost Forest, it was time to do the second thing that you have to do when you go to Watson Lake.
I say we got the ice cream now.
Oh, that's right. We do need that. That has to happen. All right. Last time we were in Watson Lake, I was not eating dairy, and I did not get to enjoy what my family tells me is the best soft serve ice cream on the planet at this random Watson Lake tags. Let's try it out. Why is that so good?
I don't know.
Why is that so good? Oh man, this ice cream. Have you had it? Yeah. Why is that so good? It's good. Oh my goodness, that's so good. That is the best soft serve ice cream like in the world. Why? Why out here? Wow, that's good.
Ice cream was amazing, but ice cream time was over, and now we had to complete this journey. And that meant the most rugged, rough, desolate part of this entire journey lay just before us. A day's journey through mountain passes. The weather can change in just an instant. You never know what the road conditions will be. That would eventually lead us to the infamous Destruction Bay. And finally, making it through Destruction Bay, we would get to the border, hoping they would let us into Alaska. And then, the cabin.
Die soon, so we can plug it in. And just like that, how things can change so quickly. We're at a rest stop in the middle of the Yukon territory, and a guy pulls up wearing a cowboy hat, which puts me one left at the top. We have traveled 3,500 miles. We've been driving for a solid week, and I just started feeling kind of like just tired and kind of like I'm missing everybody. I'm missing Kay and the kids, and I'm ready to just be together. We're having fun. It's a beautiful trip and a beautiful drive, but at the same time, I'm starting to feel like I miss all my babies and I miss my wife, and just looking forward to us all being at the cabin together soon. So
I was missing everybody so much. I gave him a call. We FaceTimed as we drove over the Yukon River.
And we're over the Yukon River, Mommy.
Hooray!
Didn't even need a...
We actually just wound up pulling into camp early that night and getting to bed. I didn't even film anything. I was so beat.
Okay. So we did not make it as far as we thought we were going to yesterday. But honestly, I just got to feeling really kind of crummy and beat. We decided to take a slightly earlier night and found a campsite in Whitehorse. Today we should cross the border to Alaska. And most importantly, we're getting closer to finishing bingo.
We'd made it an incredibly far distance, and we'd overcome a lot of challenges. There was just one thing in between us and getting to the cabin, and that is the final stretch of the Alaska Highway from Destruction Bay through Eagle River and to the border. And this Although some of the most beautiful and amazing scenery you'll ever see is also some of the roughest, hardest road you'll ever drive.
Welcome to Destruction Bay. The name?
It was named back in the 1940s. A severe windstorm came through and destroyed many of the buildings in what was then a highway construction and maintenance camp. They called it Destruction Bay. The name seemed fitting, and it stuck for a reason.
A lot of people who travel the Alaska Highway will talk about Destruction Bay as this section of this highway that's in really bad condition and can cause some serious destruction on your rig. We were talking to somebody the other day at the campground. He asked if we were ready for the 80-mile bump. And I like to think of it as like the proving grounds. Like, do you really deserve to be in Alaska? You got to get your rig through Destruction Bay in one piece. So that means I got to be super alert because there will be potholes and pits and bumps. If you don't see coming, you can wind up giving yourself a flat tire or worse, breaking an axle. And we are hours and hours from repairs. So if you do break down in Destruction Bay, it's gonna add not just hours, but days to your journey. So we're gonna just drive real careful. I'm gonna pay real close attention and hope that we make it through this final test and get to the border today, cross over to Alaska.
I guess I won auto bingo.
Okay, so we just saw a big bird flying in the sky way up high with a white tail.
I saw a white
You
head.
saw a white head?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish I saw it sooner. I'm not trying to rob you. I
Yeah.
just want it to be legit. I'm sure it was.
I was dragging my feet. I hadn't confirmed the eagle sighting, and I wasn't sure I wanted to just hand over the auto bingo victory. But a little while later, another eagle solidified the deal. It seemed fitting that there in Destruction Bay, the last major challenge getting to Alaska is where my son won auto bingo. And yes, that means I have to buy him a very delicious crepe. But really, we were all winners because we had all made it through Destruction Bay and we were approaching the border, about to make it into Alaska.
Well, we made it. We made it through the worst part of the highway. Everything's good. All that is left now between us and Alaska is United States Customs. All right, let's see, where do we go? Customs is over here.
All right. See ya in
right.
Alaska.
See you in Alaska. We did it! We drove to Alaska.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right, well, I'll
We
go
still
home.
haven't crossed borders yet.
Now, look at that.
Canada,
The whole
United
way.
States. Canada, United States.
We were feeling really good because the hardest part of this journey was over, and now all we had to do was actually get to the cabin. And yes, that would take a little bit more time. The cabin was still a ways away, and we didn't want to show up exhausted, so we decided to camp one last night. We got out, we stretched our legs. Everybody was in a good mood. The dogs were happy. cats were happy. Even Mr. Skinny Legs' mood had improved. It must have been knowing we were getting close to the cabin cheered him up. Because him and Chili were buddy-buddy enjoying a drink, I also decided to enjoy a drink and celebrate.
Celebrate. Yukon Gold coming right up.
I'm gonna celebrate. One last night on the road. And we looked forward to the next day when we would arrive to our new home, our off-grid cabin in Alaska. We are on our last day of traveling. Today, we're gonna make it to the cabin, which is awesome because then we can spend a couple days getting the cabin fixed up and ready for the family to arrive. And I gotta say, I am definitely ready to be there. It has been a long journey and the road is rocky. We're gonna make our home steady. And at the end of the day today, that begins. So we're gonna drive to the cabin and settle in for the night. And starting tomorrow, we'll start working on the cabin, improving things, setting up some basic systems, and getting ready for everyone to be there. So it should be really, really good. It will have been a 10-day trip, which is what we're planning on. 10 days on the road. And yeah, we'll actually make it to the cabin on the date we were hoping for. So that's great. And that gives me enough time to have a couple days to make sure everything is safe, set up a few basic systems. So when the family arrives, we have lights, we have water, and the cabin is cozy and safe and nice and ready for them and ready for us to spend some time working on and improving and enjoying the Alaska adventure. Do you know the feeling when you've traveled for a long time, maybe you took a long flight or a long drive to visit somebody that you love, and when you finally get there and you get to their doorstep, they open the door, they just give you a big, long hug. That's the feeling you get when you finish the Alaska highway and make it there. Because when you arrive and you cross the border, you're surrounded by the Alaska Range, this incredible mountain range that's just all around you, and it's beautiful and it's awe-inspiring. Every time I make it over the border, it just feels like this big hug from Alaska saying, welcome home, you're back, you made it. We're so glad you're here. And I'm so glad I'm here, especially this day, because this is the day that I arrive to my new home and get started on building my new life with my family off-grid in Alaska. This is like Rice Krispie Treats free sponsorship the entire drive. There's been a box of Rice Krispie Treats right here. Like, yeah. Hey, Rice Krispie Treats. Anybody? All right, we've hit the gravel road.
I think you're right. Yeah,
Hold
you're
on.
right.
I went too far here.
No, I think you're right.
Am I right? Let's back up.
Oh, it's a private drive?
This is a private drive here. Yeah, I turned on the wrong one here.
Then why is it taking us down it?
It's this way, right? We're coming up on our driveway up here, around the corner here. Okay, let's see. Can we spot the cabin? Ooh, the road gets bad. Oh, the road gets bad at our end. All right, after 4,500 miles, moose poop in the driveway.
Oh,
dude,
there it is.
4,000.
We made it.
500 miles. We did it. We made it to Alaska. I was exhausted, so it's kind of hard to tell, but this was a monumental moment. Holy cow. 15 years ago, that kid sitting next to me was born, and Kay and I started looking for a place that we could buy to build our own homestead. And it's been a 15-year journey to get to this point. And here I am with my son. He's now taller than I am. We've arrived to our new homestead, the one I started looking for the day I found out I was going to be a dad. He was there with me when I moved out of the apartment building to the first farm property. He helped me manage chickens and pigs and cows. He was there with me the very first time I traveled to Alaska and searched for a place for our family.
The one road, you can see the bank. We probably wind up putting a house somewhere here. The other road is up over.
And now after years and years of looking and searching,
We just had completed a journey across 2 countries and arrived to the doorstep of our brand new family homestead, off-grid in Alaska. Someday in the future, I'm sure my son's gonna go back and watch this video, remember the time he drove across the country with his dad.
Ohio! Oh yeah, get that. Oh, that's great. That's a great shot. Made it! Moose! Yes! Moose!
You did it. Did you cook?
Here she is. We did it! We drove to Alaska.
I just want to tell him
Yes.
I had an awesome
Yes.
time traveling across the country with you, bub. You were a great travel buddy, definitely not a skinny legs. I hope to have a lot more adventures like this with you in the future. And I know I still owe you that crepe. Don't worry, I'm good for it. This journey is over, but the adventure is just beginning.